The Sage men's soccer team won the Skyline championship this weekend to earn an automatic bid into the Division III national tournament. On Saturday, the Gators will travel to Canton to play Liberty League champion St. Lawrence. It'll be the first national tournament game in Sage history, a moment that head coach Kyle Clancy could only have dreamed of when he built the program from nothing 7 years ago. And the coach of the Gators, Kyle Clancy, joins us here in studio. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
When you guys won the conference championship 2-0, and you knew it's official, you're going to the NCAA tournament for the first time, what were the emotions like?
It was unbelievable. I mean, one of the first things I remember is when the whistle blew, watching the guys run onto the field. I mean, it's just an awesome experience to see the joy and the excitement in their eyes, and then just everything that happened afterwards. It was a crazy whirlwind of a weekend, but it was just very emotionally the whole week building up to it, and then to get that victory was just a ton of excitement.
You built this program from scratch 7 years ago. At the time, you were an assistant coach. Why the decision to, I mean, obviously it's a promotion, if you will, to a head coach, but to take on this challenge of building a team from nothing?
It was definitely a challenge, and that's one way to look at it. For me, it was just unbelievably exciting to lay the foundation for the program, to build this program from scratch, to put our footprint on the program as the players and as a coach. And I just saw it as an unbelievable opportunity, and we wanted to make a name for ourselves. Nobody knew who we were. We were an all-girls school for a while, so it's kind of getting that name out there that we do have guys programs, and then we just wanted to make a splash at a conference level, regional level, and now at a national level.
Do you remember the first recruit that you signed?
I do. He was unbelievable. Great player. Actually, I can picture watching him play right now down in Maryland, and was really good for us to help start to build the program.
And when you would go into living rooms or talk to players on the phone, how did you pitch the school and pitch this program when there was no history that you could fall back on?
So the easiest thing was there's 11 spots to earn for playing time right off the bat. I mean, we had 0 players on campus, so we had to bring in a full roster. Average roster could be 25, 26 guys. So we brought in 26 the first year, and there was definitely that opportunity to play right away. But same thing, the excitement to build the program, to lay the foundation, to be a part of history. There's players that were in there that first year that their names are still in the record books. And I got a lot of texts from that first class after the victory, and they were just so excited for us. And my first text back was, you guys are as much a part of this as the guys are today, because you built this program up. So it was really cool to see.
What were the struggles like those first couple of years?
I think probably just getting the guys to commit right away. I mean, into a program that has nothing, no history. That was a difficult thing at first, but we were able to achieve that. When you bring in 22 freshmen the first year, and guys start not to maybe play like they expected to, a little bit of turnover the first couple of years, and starting program from scratch, first it was about getting numbers, and we needed a roster, and I would be the first to admit that we didn't always have the right players in the beginning, and it's not just about getting good players, it's about getting good people and people that are going to be good on the field and off the field. So we're a lot better at that now, and having the right person, the right fit for Sage.
How many wins first year?
We were 7-9-1. We finished 4th in the conference, and we actually hosted a playoff game.
Wow.
So it was starting 11 freshmen that playoff game. It was awesome. They didn't know any better. They were just going out there playing.
Had you been close to this moment before to qualifying to the tournament?
We've made the semifinals the last 4 years. We've hosted it the last 3 years. We've had a couple tough breaks, lost some PKs 2 years ago to Farmingdale State. Had a really tough overtime loss last year to Purchase, who went on to win it. So we've been kind of knocking on the door. This was a different team. They were ready for it.
And what made this team different? Did you get a sense at the beginning of the season that you might be onto something special with this unit? So
last year we graduated 3 players, 3 very good players, but we were returning a lot of guys. Our recruiting class was excellent. We had some freshmen that were starting in the game, two I believe, and 2 that saw additional minutes. So we knew we had a good class coming in as well. And then from there, it was we were deep. We knew there was depth that had a big impact, but the most important thing was leadership. The senior class, and even some of our juniors who are leaders on our team, were unbelievable. They were the coaches on the field. They were the coaches off the field. And the leadership, having that as a program is integral in being successful.
People talking about Sage Soccer now within the community. I mean, is the school aware of, hey, there's something pretty cool going on?
Yeah, it's a lot of support from the faculty. I mean, there was a ton of faculty at the game. There's a ton of people from the upper administration at the game, and they're loving it, not just Sage Soccer. All the sports at Sage are really turning the corner. So that's been awesome for our department. But I got a lot of texts and calls from the community and people that I know that are just excited for us to see how far we've come.
And what does it mean to you, because you were there at the very beginning, to now have achieved this?
It's tough to put into words. It's to see how far we've come. I mean, we don't have a field. We still don't. We play at different complexes, and to see players that will buy into that, knowing that they don't have technically their own home, but their own facility. It's awesome, and we've made a lot of growth in finding the right fields in the right places, and finding the right players, and to be able to achieve this, the guys, they definitely deserve it. They put a ton of work in on off the field, and I'm just really proud for them.
And I'm sure it means as much to the players as it does to you. In fact, let's take a listen to what one of your senior leaders had to say about getting Sage into the NCAA tournament for the first time.
From spring season, we've been saying how we want it so bad, and we've all been making sacrifices, and we've all been keeping up with each other the entire summer, just saying this is our goal to make the NCAA tournament, and we did. So it's incredible. It's making history. What else can you say about that? We're the first, and we're the best that the school has had. So it's I can't even say words to describe how great it is, honestly.
So much fun seeing players that say, I just don't have the words to explain what this means to me. And we just heard from Peter, but I'm sure there are a lot of guys on the team that feel the same way.
Yeah, there was a lot of emotions after the game. I mean, when our player got the MVP award, he completely broke down, and just some of the guys it's something they've worked so hard for, and when you work that hard and put in that much effort, it's a 6-day-a-week commitment. There's a lot off the field as well. They really deserve it, and it's great to see that they were able to achieve it.
We saw practice from earlier today, practicing at the College of St. Rose, and you mentioned the challenges of not having your own home field. But how difficult is that?
In the beginning, it was definitely a lot tougher. We were trying to find a facility that was suitable for our team. We wanted to play on a good surface, and find a consistent field. So it was tougher at first. Some of the local schools have been really accommodating, ACP and St. Rose, and we have good relationships working with them. So it's made it a lot easier for the guys. But there is always the travel to the facilities. We do practice at 3 different facilities, and we do have to travel by vans to get there. It takes time. It could take an hour extra out of their day. So more demands to meet. We have to plan it around our coaches' schedules, our players' schedules. So it's a lot, but the guys are great, and we make it work.
The next hurdle now is St. Lawrence in the NCAA tournament. St. Lawrence, maybe not specifically the soccer program, but a lot of people in the Capital Region familiar with that school because they play in the Liberty League with RPI. What do you know about St. Lawrence?
That they're good.
Yeah.
They've had a great year. We know they're going. I mean, we knew any team we were going to play was going to be a good team to go against. Any team that's in the last 61 is going to have a great team. So, as far as I know, I haven't gotten. I'll be speaking to some coaches tomorrow just about some scouting reports to get some more information on how they played, who are some of the key players, what we're looking for. But it's going to be probably a team that's pretty spread out, likes to be on the ball a lot, pretty up-tempo type of attack, and I'm expecting that we'll see a little bit of pressure as well. It'll be a great opponent.
1-61. Is there more parity in the Division III level than maybe we might see at Division I, where you figure, a 1 seed is more often than not going to roll? Is that a little bit different, or is the top tier still a lot better?
I would have said no when, maybe 4 or 5 years ago when Messiah was winning every single Division III national championship. But yeah, it seems that there is definitely more parity, and you're seeing different teams win it. I mean, there's always the top teams in the top conferences that are consistently getting teams there, but you are starting to see some teams that can make some runs, and teams that are, a team like Oneonta has built their team up to now becoming a team that can make the Final Four. And years ago, they were kind of just creeping in and just getting into the tournament. So you do have that ability to continue to build to make a deep run.
Well, best of luck, and hopefully it's going to be a deep run for you guys this year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And coming up, the Women's Professional Ice Hockey League. It's brand new and one of the pioneers of the league. Has roots here in the Capital Region. We're going to hear from her next on The Edge.